Lee, thanks for joining us. Once again, we're talking about poor goals that you've conceded that cost you dearly.
Yeah, two really poor set plays, isn't it? That have ultimately cost us the game today. I thought it was a game of two teams that are low on confidence at the minute. If truth be told, stats are neck and neck, but I'm not a big stats man really. It depends what happens in the main stat, isn't it, with goals. But yeah, we've got to address that, and we've got to address it quickly.
You can't knock the application and attitude that your players showed, though, considering what's going on with the illness that's in the camp.
Yeah, you can't comment on the commitment these players are showing. I spoke to a couple of fans at the end who were talking about that, and it's not all of them, it's just a couple. But I needed to go and just have a civil conversation with them, because that's one thing you can't throw at this team is the commitment. We've got illnesses, probably got players on the pitch who shouldn't be on the pitch. They should have had a couple more days rest, but that's how dedicated they are to try and improve things at the minute. Because like I said the other day, we're going through a tricky spell. But back to the game, really, it's soft goals, really soft goals, and I'm asking the players, they've got to take more responsibility. We go through things and it doesn't look like what we've gone through. We've set plays, take responsibility, move people around to try and help with the danger.
Yeah, you definitely moved people around, didn't you? You tried a lot of formations, you went from what you started with differently in the second half, and you tried to get back in the game, but it wasn't dropping.
Yeah, we thought a 4-3-3 type of shape would help us get their wing back to ping back, because our wingers staying wide, and then be able to get little balls back from them positions to full-backs and some crosses into the box. But it didn't really pan out that way. We got a couple of opportunities, and then just the decision making. We have a player off the pitch and we decide to shoot when we should be crossing the ball into the box, and that's down to a desperateness of trying to want to do well and want to claw things back. But we will keep working at what we are working at. We've got some tough games coming up, so we've got to hope that we get some bodies back to freshen things up, because people do need a rest. But we've also got to look at what's killing us at the minute.
Well, you're coming towards the end of 2023. One more game to go, of course, away at Newport. We'll talk about that in a moment or two's time. But you're still there. You're in 6th position in League Two, coming towards the end of the year.
Yeah, and we should have more points on the board, really. And obviously we're going through a really sticky patch, but teams go through these types of situations, and it's up to us to respond to it, because it's not like by the time Newport come we're going to have a miracle of 5 players returning. We're just not. So it's up to the players. And I said to the players in the dressing room, if you hear me talking about changes, you should be sitting there thinking, I want to play anyway. I should want to start matches. You shouldn't be looking to help from off the bench. You should want to complete every 90 minutes that you're selected for. So it'll be near enough exactly the same squad that we've got going into Newport. We'll have a good look at it over the next couple of days in terms of what we're going to do. But
just that assessment as you come towards 2023, as I said to you a few weeks ago, there'll be a lot of clubs that still want to swap places where crews find themselves going into the second half of the season.
Look, don't think we're just we keep bouting that about to be with 6 in the league, and I think a lot of fans would have snapped your hand off if I said unfortunately we're going to lose 2-0 on Boxing Day and be 6 in the league still. We've had the results go our way while we're going through this tricky spell, but that we're not then going to sugarcoat that around with we're 6 in the league. We've got to do better in the games that have immediately just gone, and looking to pick up points, and we need to address that quickly moving into the Newport game.
Well, you lost a couple of players from Friday's game, and Elliot Nevitt and Conor Thomas. You gained a couple back who showed their commitment, Joe White and Conor O'Reilly. There's been a bit of talk about them, not interested in playing, because certain fans have made that assumption that they're on the way in January. I think they showed their commitment like the rest of the team are doing.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. I speak to Joe White regularly. He wants to be here. He sees what we're trying to do. Conor O'Reilly, the speculation going around about him, that's not Conor's issue. That doesn't mean he's then decided not to down tools and not play for club. He's been brilliant. Them two shouldn't be on the pitch today. They're ill. They shouldn't be on the pitch, and they just wanted to be out there to try and help their teammates. So full credit to them. We got Joe off towards the end just because he's really flagging. We're going to have to rest them up, ready to go again.
Yeah, just looking through that Newport game, is that all you're doing now, resting the players as much as you can?
Yeah, it will be, and again, it'll be messages via video. We'll probably do a little walkthrough with them in terms of what we're after, but it's trying to keep them off the feet the best we can to rebuild their energy, ready to go again. Like I say, we'll again have to have a good look at what we're going to do formation-wise and shape-wise, and how we can get players into their best positions.
Is that one good thing that you have got in this squad, that you can move around to different formations, different systems with different personnel?
Yeah, and we've got good players and intelligent players that have been able to do that, and we've got players who have been brought up to be able to do that, so that's not an issue. And I think you've got to be brave enough from off the sidelines to spot stuff and move them around. Maybe not stick with the same formation and just change personnel. Sometimes the personnel's fine, it's rejigging it and seeing if you can spot a weakness with the opposition.
What do you make of the Newport game? What do you expect?
Yeah, a real tough afternoon. Going to Wales, they're on the back of a 4-2 win tonight, aren't they? So it's always tough going there. We know what to expect. We've addressed the players with what I think they're going to throw at us, so we've got to be ready for that, and we've got to adjust quickly.